He's a gym owner. He's got Planet Fitness, all this competition out there, right? All the big dogs you think of. Tony brings it different. He's got the equipment and he's got the energy. Ultimately, people come to buy him. So, without further ado, let's bring him up. Woo!
It's about to be legendary. This is what we came for.
Trying to figure it out. Tony, how stressful was that first gym you went into?
Imagine waking up every day after being hit by a truck. That's what it felt like every single day. Not knowing how you're gonna make payroll, not knowing how you're gonna make rent, not knowing how you're gonna get your next customer.
Amen. And your brain finds a way to figure it out. Maybe Renee, who's gonna close us out today, will help you guys understand a little bit more of the deep happening that's going inside your brain and what happens there. But we find a way to figure it out.
What it do is Power World, I'm the people's champ. My chain light up like a lamp, cause now I'm back with the camp. I'm crawling similar to an ant, cause I'm low to the earth. People's feelings get hurt when they figure out what I'm worth. I got 84s poking out at the club, I'm
about fat food, but Tony's in there selling like sick gym, equipment, nice cars, people who are jacked. His end user is a person who wants to be fit and come to the next Lifetime Fitness and get themselves a healthier body, a healthier mindset.
He's a gym owner. He's got Planet Fitness, all this competition out there, right? All the big dogs you think of. Tony brings it different. He's got the equipment and he's got the energy. Ultimately, people come to buy him. So, without further ado, let's bring him up. Woo!
What is up, guys? So, my goal today is to help you break your belief system. So, let me tell you a little bit about who I am and what I've done and what's given me some authority to be able to speak to you guys today and kind of pour into you guys. So, I'm the founder of Fusion Gyms. Fusion Gyms is the greatest gym in the fucking world.
Yeah, let's go.
And the thing is, guys, I've been believing this and I've been saying this far before we actually became the greatest gym in the fucking world. When I was 20 years old, I started Fusion Gyms as Fusion Fitness with only $700. It was my personal training business. We outsourced personal training from most gyms. By the time I was 23, it was a $500,000 a year business just as a personal trainer, operating out of somebody else's gym. By the time I was 24, I lost it all. By the time I was 25, I rebuilt it again to $500,000 a year. By the time I was 26, I made my first $1 million and I built my first gym. By the time I was 28, I had 4 gyms. By the end of that year, I had literally lost it all again. I started over. I built another location. I sold 2 locations and I closed 2 locations and I built our location on Grand Ave in Northeast Philly, which still stands till this day. Then I moved into the back of the gym. My car got repossessed. I got evicted from my apartment that I was living in at the time. I literally moved into the back of the gym. Grinded my fucking dick off. Literally lost it all. Every single day I would work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, rebuild that business. That same location now, we net almost $2 million a year from a single location. Since I got myself out of debt, okay? Built that business back up. Then the wonderful thing that we all remember from 4 years ago, the pandemic happened. Literally on the cusp of losing it all again. Then I had to pivot my business. Again, life is about finding problems and then creating the solution. The bigger the problem you find, right, and the bigger the solution you can create, the more money you'll be able to make. So during the pandemic, guess what? Nobody could work out. All gyms were closed. Everything was closed. So I started manufacturing gym equipment and started selling to gyms all over the country, started selling to people all over the country, homeowners all over the country. Took all the profits that I would make from that business, then I built our biggest location to date. It's 200,000 square feet, and it's hands down the greatest gym in the fucking world. If you live locally, please come by and visit. You'll see what I'm talking about. If you don't live locally, just Google it, Fusion Gyms Fearless Hills, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The biggest thing is, right, the biggest lesson that I've learned is success is never final. And failure will never be fatal. As long as you have the courage to continue, it is literally the only thing that matters. So my goal today is to gather up my past, draw from my experiences, and help you invest it into your future. A lot of you are probably wondering, well, how'd you do it? How'd you start this company with just $700? In life, it's not what you don't have that stops you. It's what you think you need. It's not who you're not. It's who you think you're not that stops you. The biggest obstacle you have in life is yourself. The biggest hater you have in life is yourself. The biggest thing that's stopping you from taking action and chasing your dream, chasing your goal, chasing that thing that sets a fire inside you, it's you. The biggest hater you have is yourself. Today, I'm here to help you break that belief system. Because some of you probably feel like, hey, I don't have the right network. I don't have the right friends. I don't have the right investors. I don't have the right education. I don't have the right background. None of that shit matters. As long as you are consistent, as long as you are persistent, it's not a matter of if you win, it's a matter of when you win. Some of you might be facing a lot of struggles right now and hardships right now. I'm living proof. As long as you don't fucking quit, as long as you don't give up, you will win. It is guaranteed. But you have to see the bend in the road, not an end in the road. Most people, once they see an obstacle, they want to quit. They want to give up. You can't do that. You have to see the opportunity in every single obstacle. You have to be able to pivot. Be committed to your goal. Just be flexible in your approach and how you actually get there. Okay? Most people, they only think there's one way to do something. And guess what? I was most people. I've been in this exact same industry, in the fitness industry, since I was 18 years old. I'm going to be 36 this year. I've been in this industry for 18 years. And for the first decade that I was in it, right, I had this belief system that I needed $1 million to build a gym. Because if you Google what the cost is to build a gym, 10,000 square foot facility will roughly run you about $1 million. Okay? So for the first 10 years, I'm trying to save my way to be able to build a gym. I'm trying to build my credit, build my network to get $1 million to build my first facility. For almost 10 years, took 8 years to be able to break that belief system. And today I'm going to tell you how I did it. I'm going to tell you how right now, I again have 4 locations. But our single location now makes more profit, net profit, than all 4 of my gyms 7 years ago did in gross revenue. One location. Guys, it's quality, not quantity. Again, be committed to your goal, be flexible in your approach and how you actually do it. Okay? So, let's start the story off. My family came to America with literally absolutely nothing. I'm from Bangladesh. If you don't know where Bangladesh is, it's right next to India. It is literally one of the poorest countries in the world. My dad came to America with nothing. Without his family because he couldn't support us yet. Spent 5 years here in a 2-bedroom apartment with literally 8 roommates in Ben Salem, Pennsylvania. And he bust his fucking ass for 5 years, and then eventually brought my family over. Then I grew up on food stamps in a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 other siblings and my parents. We literally all just slept in the living room. And I've been able to make this of myself, right? Again, the biggest thing that I want to pour into you guys today, again, all of us want freedom, but the biggest thing Ryan kept saying is, listen, I want to spend more time with my family. He wants to invest time and energy into his family. Remember, it's not what you leave your kid that matters. It's what you leave in them that matters. Because they can burn through the cash, but they can't burn through the character that you can help forge within them. Okay? You, believe it or not, are an example for your family, for your kids, for your brother, for your sister, for that friend. You are an example. The reason I am the man that I am today is because of my parents. It is because of my dad. It is because the time, the energy he poured into my future. Yeah, he couldn't give me the best education. Yes, he couldn't let me live in the best neighborhood. But guess what he gave me? He gave me fucking work ethic. He gave me discipline. He gave me belief. He gave me that, hey, listen, you can make shit happen. Doesn't matter what your circumstances are. He came to this country with no money, didn't even speak the fucking language, and he figured it out. So I started in the fitness industry just like almost everyone else. I started working at LA Fitness. Okay? It was a passion of mine. I just loved fitness. Every day after high school, I would literally go to the gym and I would spend the whole day there until the gym literally closed. I would even help re-rack the weights before I left. That's how much I love the facility. You guys have probably heard this before, right? If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. It's actually not true. The paradox, it's the exact opposite. You have to do what you love because it's going to require more time, more energy, more effort than you can ever possibly fucking imagine to make something of yourself. Right? Because the easiest thing to do when shit hits the fan, when shit gets hard, is to say, fuck it, I quit. But you see, your passion, your purpose, your love for that thing is what keeps you going. It's what keeps you growing. It's what keeps you keep hitting that wall, and eventually one day you find a way around it, over it, or under it, or through that wall. Your passion and your love for it is what gets you through it. I started at LA Fitness at 18. Became the #1 sales guy in the entire fucking country by the end of that year. Right after I graduated high school. 19 years old, started working at Retro Fitness when they first opened up. Became the top guy in the entire country at that location. Right before I turned 20, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do it by myself. I could have got my boss at the time just to fire me and collect an unemployment check while I figured out how to build my business, right? But you gotta burn the fucking ships if you wanna make it. I didn't want a plan B. I didn't want a paycheck every day. I wanted to be able to figure it out fast. When life depends on it, guess what? You become real fucking creative. It's not always about having the right resources. You have to learn to be resourceful. So what I did was I quit my job. Cold turkey. I'm gonna figure this shit out. Because I'm the guy that's literally managing the gym. I'm hiring the staff, I'm doing the sales, I'm doing the marketing, I'm doing all aspects of the business. But I'm only making 5% commission on every sale that I make. At the time, our smallest package was $2,000 in PT. Then $2,880 and then $4,320. Those are the packages that I sold every day. An average month I would sell $60,000 to $80,000 worth of personal training. Okay? And I was only getting 5% of that plus a nice little salary. I said, fuck that, I can do this on my own. So what do? Just like every entrepreneur, I go out there and I try to figure this shit out. Big part of being an entrepreneur that I'm gonna leave with you guys, okay? You just gotta jump off the cliff, you're gonna grow wings on the way down. Because your survival depends on it. Jump. And you'll figure this shit out. Most people, they come up with great fucking ideas, right? But what do? They get paralysis through analysis. They sit there and try to create a perfect plan. Doesn't matter how much you plan, shit's not gonna go the right way. Be committed to the goal, be flexible in your approach, and you're gonna have to eventually pivot and make that business model work. So I started looking for gym spaces, right? 3,000 square foot space, $4,000 a month on average. Gas, water, electric, insurance. And then the mortgage for the equipment. I needed to make about 8 to 10 grand a month just to be broke, just to pay the fucking bills. I said, fuck that. There's gotta be a better way. Again, be committed to the goal, be flexible in the approach and how you actually do it. I said, all right, well, I've worked at enough of these gyms to know that most franchise owners are not owner-operators. They're not in the facility. They usually have some kind of other businesses, and they just want membership revenue. They don't give a fuck about PT. So all I had to do is get in front of a owner or a decision maker, sell them on me paying them rent to train in their facility. So I gathered up a list, right? Of 100 gyms within an hour and a half to 2 hours of my house. I called every single gym. See, the problem is most people will do shit while it's convenient, and then as soon as it gets hard, they quit, they give up. Or as soon as they hit a little wall. When a gym would say no to my offer, so I'd call them and I would try to give my spiel in like 30 seconds before they hung up because, you know, I sound like a telemarketer. And I would say, listen, I'll give you guys $50,000 a year to be a personal trainer in your gym. We'll give all your members free personal training sessions, 2 free sessions when they join. And this is guaranteed revenue on the first of each month. You're probably wondering, damn, Tony, you're gonna pay 50 grand to be a trainer in somebody else's gym? Abso-fucking-lutely. Why? Well, let's think about it. For an empty space, 3,000 square feet, you're looking at, on the bare minimum, with gas, water, electric, insurance, $5,000 to $6,000 a month. I would rather take that money and give it to a gym owner, and it's straight profit for them. That's number one. Number two, I don't have to worry about getting any fucking members. That's their job, because they want to keep their doors open. Plus, they have thousands of members that I can sell training to. Plus, the facility's already fucking built, and it's going to be maintained by them. So every single one that I would call would say no, but I didn't need all of them to say yes. I just needed one yes. Just one, right? Let's say I called this Planet Fitness and John answered the phone. John said fuck off and hung up, right? Guess what? I'd call later that day because it's a different person on shift. Okay? And then I would just do that throughout the week. And what's the worst they can say? Fuck off, or just hang up, not even answer? Cool. All I needed was one yes, and I got that one yes. It was a Gold's Gym in Allentown, Pennsylvania. One yes. You're just one yes away from changing your entire fucking life. Gold's Gym in Allentown, Pennsylvania said, hold on, you're gonna give me $50,000 to be a trainer in my gym, and you're gonna give everyone a free session? Absolutely. Well, what do you get out of it? I show them the value of working with a trainer. I show them the value of working with a professional that builds their workout programs, the nutrition program, and then they're gonna buy training from me. I'm not gonna sell it to them, they're gonna buy it from me. At the time, he was only grossing $48,000 a year. So after all expenses, he was lucky if he made any money, if he didn't lose money. So I came in and I was like, look, I'll give that to you in profit, and you don't gotta do shit. So, long story short, they gave me the contract. Within 6 months, I made my first $150,000. Following year, I did $300,000. Year after that, I did $500,000. Literally just as a personal trainer in their facility. I had my own trainers that worked underneath me. I ran my business inside their business. Like I said, guys, be committed to your goal. Be flexible in your approach. Fast forward, I'm about 24 years old, and I want to open my own gym. You know, I'm getting real antsy. I've been in the industry for about 7 years now, and I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to save that kind of money. So, you know what I was like? I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go figure it out. I'm gonna sign a lease, and then I'll figure this shit out. Because remember, at this point, I already had experience in the gym industry and in the PT industry, right? So if I just got my foot in the door, I can pre-sell the members, collect down payments. That's one way to raise money. Then tell friends and family about the gym that I'm opening, raise money that way, go apply at a dozen different banks. I was gonna figure it out. But the big part of it is, right, you figure shit out as you go through the process. You grow through the process. So, I found a gym that I was going through all these spaces, right, and I was learning all the lingo. What's an LOI? What are triple nets? What's a base rent? What's rent commencement? How much free rent? I figured all this out looking at different spaces and asking questions. After about a year of looking, you'd be surprised what God will do for you. God gives to those who take for themselves. God gives to those who are out there working, and life will happen for you. You don't always get what you want in life, right? But you get what you are. So if you want more out of life, you gotta be more and you gotta do more. So I was out there, I was fucking hustling. I was looking at different spaces. Finally, I find one gym, it's about to close. So they'll win because they have a contract, they have defaults, you know, the clauses in their leases, they have personal guarantees. They'll eventually get the money, but that attorney's not cheap. At the end of the day, when you're in a litigation, when you're suing someone, you know who wins? The attorneys. Not you. The attorneys. Their attorneys and your attorneys. So, I found a problem. Someone that wanted to get out of a lease, hello? Oh. And someone that wanted a new tenant, okay? And someone that wanted a gym. So, found the problem. I went to the landlord. Again, I told him my story. Facts and figures are forgotten. Stories are retold. Get good at speaking. You know how you get good at speaking? Exactly, by speaking. So, what did I do? I went to the landlord, I told him my story. I told him, look, my name's Tony, I started this company with just 700 bucks. Look, I'm making $500,000 a year as a personal trainer. Imagine what I can do with a fucking gym. I sold him on me. Life's all about sales. If you think you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, no, you're a salesperson. Every single day, you're selling your thoughts, feelings, emotions to your wife, your husband, your friends, your family, your co-workers, your employees, your customers. You're selling all day long. Once you figure out that you're in sales, eventually you'll get better at it, okay? So you're all salespeople. Always remember that. You're selling all the time. Right now, I'm selling you on your potential through my story. But I'm telling you a story. I'm not just telling you facts and figures. I'm telling you a story. Some of you guys are going to retell this story. So I was like, look, here's who I am. Here's what I've done. Imagine what I could do with this gym. Sold them on me. They're like, all right, we'll do the deal with you. I'm like, here's the caveat though. They're like, what's the caveat? I'm like, I need the equipment. They're like, it's not ours. I'm like, I know it's not yours. It's about to be though. Let me tell you how. They owe you $500,000. Yes. Okay, cool. Tell them to leave that equipment because that shit is only worth 10 cents on the dollar on the used market. Then you'll let them off the hook, okay? Because they just left the equipment. So it's a win for them because they're getting $500,000 washed away from their debt. You win because you got a stronger tenant. And I win because I get a fucking fully built out gym and I'll be able to open up tomorrow instead of 4 or 5 months from now. I put $25,000 down, paid my first month's rent. That location was 9,000 square feet. Literally within the first 11 months, I made $1 million. I made my first $1 million before I turned 26. Woo! Yeah. All off of selling personal training. At the time, Fusion wasn't what it is today. It was not an incredible facility. It was not world renowned. It wasn't the biggest, the greatest. It was just a regular fucking gym. And it was only $5. Then another gym, boom, did it again. Then another one, boom, did it again. Then another one, boom, did it again. But see, the thing is, right, business is about people, process, products. Okay, the 3 P's, people, process in place. But the product was not consistent and my people were not consistent. As I build the second, the third, the fourth location, again, you don't know what you don't know, right? So when I have 4 locations and I'm 26 years old, and I have hundreds of thousands of dollars that are flowing in a month, making a lot of dumb fucking mistakes. So you make a $10,000 mistake, guess what? That's actually a $40,000 mistake because I have 4. You make a $20,000 mistake, guess what? That's an $80,000 mistake. By the time I was 27, all 4 locations gone. Because think about how many of these mistakes you're allowed to make before you're completely out of business. So I sold 2 locations, and I closed 2 locations. I took the equipment from the 2 that I closed and I built a location on Grant. At the time I was being gym, and I literally bust my ass. And I worked literally like my fucking life depended on it. Because it did. Most people, and I'm not saying you guys, but most people, they kind of want it. But they're running to the finish line with their hands in their fucking pocket. You can't wing your way to the top. You'll be able to get by, but you won't get to the top by just winging it. So, what did I do? I literally put my head down and I did what I was good at. I just worked. I fucking worked. I could have took the easy way out, right? I could have just been a bitch and filed for bankruptcy and just wiped away all the debt. But again, no matter where you go, there you are. If I quit today, then I'm gonna quit tomorrow. Fuck that. I'm gonna climb out of this hole that I put myself in. And for the next 4 years, I bust my ass. Every month, it was a battle. I would literally go to the landlord's office at the end of each month and beg him not to evict me. Literally beg him not to evict me. And I would pay $20,000 towards rent, or $25,000, or $19,000, whatever the fuck I had. My rent was $40,000, by the way. Over a course of 2 years, I racked up a bill of $500,000 with that landlord. But the landlord saw something in me. Again, we all want to be millionaires in this room. Most people will tell you need 5, 6, 13 different streams of income. Now, fuck all that. If you suck at one, you suck at all 13. I don't have a plan A and a plan B, guys. I don't have a plan C, a plan D. I have multiple ways to make plan A work. During that 4-year process, I did manufacturing. So I manufactured apparel for some of my companies and friends some of my companies, some of my friends' companies, literally anyone that I would meet through our network. I would do construction. I would literally go paint houses. I would go do cement work. I would do all kinds of odd jobs. Take that money, make payroll for the staff. Take that money, make little improvements here in the club, here and there. Okay? Finally get myself out of debt. I still had this floating debt above my head, right? Then COVID happens. Yeah. I'm like, fuck. But listen, guys, listen. Being an entrepreneur is like literally drinking shattered glass. It's not for everyone. Not everyone can stomach being an entrepreneur. You gotta have a tough stomach, and you gotta have thick skin, because everybody will talk shit. Your friends, your family, your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, doesn't matter who it is. They're going to fuck with you. Fuck this. I'm gonna open up. Because remember, that 2-week lockdown turned into 2 months, then 4 months, then 6. So 2 months in, I'm like, man, fuck this shit, and fuck these fines. I had about $100,000 in my account at the time. I was like, you know what, while everybody plays defense, I'm gonna play offense. I'm gonna take all the money I got, and I'm gonna fucking manufacture gym equipment in factories in China, because I had already sourced everything. Remember, success happens when preparation meets opportunity. So I had already a network on manufacturing equipment, because I was broke, but I knew one day I wouldn't be, and I'd build these super fucking gyms. So I sourced everything. Almost everything's made in China. So all I had to do was fly there, and I flew there over the course of 4 years, and I kept refining the equipment, buying little pieces here and there and tweaking it. So when literally COVID happened, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play offense while everybody plays defense. Oh, shit was blowing up. It was blowing the fuck up. And my boy John's like, yo, fuck is that? What's wrong with your phone? I'm like, yo, bro, I posted all this equipment on Marketplace, and like, I'm getting messages. By the end of that workout, I made $50,000. By the end of that week, I made $150,000. All that equipment came, I opened up, health department came, shut it down. Like, fuck you guys, I'm not shutting shit down. That month, I signed up 1,000 new members. Yeah, I paid the fines, so what? But I was making $1,500 a day in down payments from day passes, from people using it that couldn't work out, that wanted to work out. And that literally saved my business. Not just saved my business, it was the first month I made profit in like 4 years. And then I was like, oh shit, there might be a real business here. Again, find problems, create solutions. The bigger the problem, the greater the solution, the bigger the payout, okay? Gym equipment, if you try to build a home gym, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or if you own a gym, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a big gap in the market. Either shit is really cheap and rinky-dink, or it's extremely expensive. There's no in between. So if you're looking to build a home gym, you can buy the cheap shit at Dick's or from Amazon. It's literally all plastic, right? Or if you want a nice home gym and you're really into fitness and you want to make that investment, you buy used gym equipment. You know, no one ever buys brand new equipment unless you're like super rich, right? But no one really buys new commercial equipment for their homes. They usually buy lightly used or commercial gym equipment. So I was like, I know what I'm making it for. I know what they're selling it for. I can literally sell this. I can sell brand new equipment for the price of used equipment. So I take all the profits that I just made and I dump it right back into the business. You will find shit that's important to you if you focus on it. Your subconscious mind will find shit that's important to you. Okay? Who here has ever bought a new car and then next thing you fucking know, you see this car everywhere? They didn't just start selling more of that car, it's just now that car is important to you, so therefore you see it more often, okay? So my brain knew that I was trying to start this business. So one day I'm driving by and I see a mobile mini. It's a shipping container, it's literally sitting outside of a construction yard when they're building something. They're storing all this shit in there. I'm like, oh shit, I can just rent shipping containers, keep the equipment in there, and I'll sell it out of the parking lot of the gym. And that's exactly what I did. I called Mobile Mini, I ordered 5 shipping containers. As the equipment came, I literally stored everything inside the shipping container. And every day, 5, 6, 7, and 8, I would talk to all these people on Facebook Marketplace. They'd come by and they'd buy the fucking equipment. That year I made like $5 million. Yeah, the year that should have killed my business. We were literally doing $400,000 or $500,000 a month in sales with 80% margin. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, right? So then I took all that cash. I was like, all right, well, it's not always going to be this fucking sweet, right? Because no one could manufacture equipment fast enough. No one had any inventory, so I was just selling the shit out of it. My girl at the time, because she lived in North Jersey, so she lived literally like 100 miles away. I had equipment in her fucking garage. So on the weekends when I would go to see her, I'm fucking slinging dumbbells and barbells out of the garage. Literally, cars would pull up, like 20 deep. They'd come up with Cash App and PayPal and Venmo, and literally they're just walking out of our garage with these big fucking boxes of like these dumbbells. And then it's about finding the right people that also believe in your cause and what you're looking to do. The right people in your life, they're going to want to pour into what you're doing. They're not going to try to tear you down. They're going to try to build you up. She's like, I want to invest in our business. We had just started dating, by the way. Like 6 months prior. So she sees me busting my ass, doing all these things. She's like, look, I want to invest in my business. I want to invest in your business. I want to see you win. Took that 50 grand. In literally like 60 days, it was 200 grand. She's like, put it back in. And then she went to the bank, took out another 200 grand, gave it to me. She's like, let's run it up. Then my friends, they all started stepping up. 100 grand here, 50 grand there, 75 grand there, 100 grand here. Here's the thing though, right guys? They weren't investing in the business, they were investing in me. They were investing in my belief in myself. Some of you are like, oh, Tony, man, my parents don't believe in me, my friends don't believe in me. Why the fuck should they? What have you given them? What have you shown them that you're worth believing in? You see what I'm saying? So you gotta first believe in yourself, you gotta first bet on yourself, then everyone around you will also wanna bet on you. Then we built our location at Fairless Hills. That location is absolutely fucking insane. It's 75,000 square feet inside. It's 125,000 square feet outside. It's the world's biggest open air gym. We have a restaurant, we have a barbershop, we have a retail shop, we have an MMA ring, we have a boxing ring, we have 30 boxing bags. You're gonna have to pay 2 brokers, the buyer's broker and the seller's broker. Yes. They're probably gonna want some free rent, maybe like 6 months, right? Yes. They're probably gonna want some TI too, right? Yes. Okay, great. I tell you what, I have no broker, so you don't have to pay any commission. Instead of leasing it out a year and a half from now, you get to lease it out to me today. I'll guarantee it through my current business. Look what it's doing. I got a year and a half rent free. Tell that story and tell it right. A year and a half rent free, $500,000 in TI. My business was making $500,000 at the time as well, so all that capital, I didn't know how I was gonna build that gym, I swear to God. As I'm signing the lease, my girl's like, what are you doing? We just got out of the hole. But she believed in me. We signed that lease. The next thing you fucking know, I'm like, all right, this month I'm gonna do this section of the gym. I'm gonna build walls over here. This month we're gonna build this section. This month we're gonna paint this part of the ceiling. And so as we made money, we just poured it into the gym. Took me a year and a half to build it. Yesterday we were doing the P&L. That location has been open for only a year. We opened February 17, 2023. That location now makes $250,000 a month. Only a year in. Then I built a location in South Philadelphia. Before this location was even finished, my partner at the time was like, Tony, what the fuck are you doing? We haven't even opened this. We're 6 months behind schedule. You're signing another lease? Yes. While everyone plays defense, I play offense. The economy's ass shit right now. No one's looking to invest in their businesses. No one's looking to invest into real estate. I'll do it. I found a location that was closing down. Again, told that story again. Guess what? I got another free year. And I got them to take half the rent that they were looking for because I had a strong story, I had strong financials. That location we literally opened up 2 months ago. Fusion Gyms in South Philly. That location, that fucking location, broke even 3 days in. Yeah, 3 days. It only took me 3 days to break even. I signed up 1,000 people. It's $70 a pop within 3 days. Within the last 6 weeks, we've signed up 2,500 members. Do the math. Okay? That location this year, it's its first year in business, will do $2 million in profit. It's okay if people don't see your vision. God didn't give them your vision. It is your job, your duty, your obligation to bring that vision to life. You can do it. All you have to do is look for the opportunity in every single obstacle. Literally, a 250,000 square foot building for less than $40,000 a month. Yeah. Fucking insane. The rent there is lower than the rent I pay for our smallest location on Grant. Again, went to the landlord, found their problem. What's the problem? Well, they don't want to dump millions of dollars into a building, build all these facades, separate the utilities, market all of them separately. It'll take years to lease out. It's been vacant for 5 years. And these buildings are all over the country. I negotiated 2 years free. I got $1 million in TI. And I got dirt cheap rent. You think that fucking deal was hard to finance? The investors are fucking lining up to sign that deal. I raised the money in less than a week. It's gonna be a $25 million facility. But again, you have to see the vision. You have to first see the vision. You gotta see the light at the end of the tunnel. You gotta believe in yourself. And then you gotta be able to sell that story. And then everybody else will line up to sign that dotted line. One thing that I want you guys to take from what I just said, guys, I want to gather up my past, I want to draw from my experiences, and I want to invest that into your future. Coming to these seminars, it's not going to be life-changing. Like, this seminar is not going to be life-changing for you, the next seminar is not going to be life-changing for you, the next 5 are not going to be life-changing for you. But if you can just take 2 or 3 things from me, let's chase fucking greatness. Thank you for having me.
Give them a round of applause. Come on, guys. Come on, give them a round of applause.
Let me send.
The gym is awesome. I go there every few often. I take just do the day pass because it's a bit of a hike. I'll drive all the way down to Fairless Hills. We take a day off from work and spend the whole day there. It's fucking awesome. Yeah.
He killed it, didn't he?
Oh my god. Awesome. Natural.
How nervous was he in the car?
He wasn't nervous.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
See, that natural's coming out.